What's up, everybody? In this video, I'll be showing you how you can wholesale land virtually or locally, step by step. And you need to make sure you stick through to the end because I'll be giving you the formula that you'll use on every single land deal to make your offer. So let's get into it. So the very first thing that you need to do whenever you're getting into wholesaling vacant lots is you need to make sure that the area that you're going in, that it's an area that actually supports new builds, or that it has flippers in the area, and that it's new construction anywhere in that area, because that's going to be a for sure sign that you can actually put this lot under contract and flip it to an infill buyer or just a cash buyer in the area that flip properties in that area. Because then if you know it supports it, then you know you'll be able to move the lot. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I use PropStream to actually build my lot list. And what I normally do, I just pull the whole lot list for the area. So if I'm going in Charlotte, North Carolina, I pull it for the county, and then I pick out the zip codes from there that I want to reach out to, because I want to make sure, like I said before, that this particular area is an area that supports new builds. Now, if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell, because that'll help this content be pushed out to more people. Now let's get into my computer. All right, so now that we're in PropStream, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with this whole setup that I have now. What I'm going to do, I'm just refresh so you can see the main screen. And now this is what it's going to look like whenever you get inside of PropStream. So like I said before, we're going to create a vacant land list. I'm just going to choose my area and I'm going to type it up here. So basically I'm going to go to Mecklenburg County, NC. And so you see, this is the amount of properties that they have currently for my area. So then I'm going to go to the filters, and in the filters, that's actually where you're able to create your list. So when you go in, you see you have your owner status, you have property characteristics, you have MLS status, pre-foreclosures, ownership info. So the more you go in and the more you tweak these settings, the more you're going to filter out certain things. So what I'm going to do to create a vacant land list is I'm going to go here first. I'm going to look and see what I'm going to change for the owner occupied tab. I'm going to leave that the same. Then the occupancy status, I'm going to leave that at any as well. Now when I get down to property characteristics, this is where you start making changes. So basically I'm going to go and click vacant land. I'm not going to mess with property types. I'm going to leave that the same. Then we're going to scroll down to MLS. We're not going to market to any property that's on the MLS. Everything else is going to remain the same. We're not going to change any of those things. We're not doing anything in the pre-foreclosure tab. Then we go to the ownership tab, and then we're going to go to owner type, and we're going to click individuals. When it's time for us to actually skip trace, you're not going to be able to skip trace LLCs, because I know you see here that it has LLCs and it has trust. If you try to skip trace those records, what's going to end up happening is you're going to get wrong phone numbers, because that's not a name that you can actually skip trace. So when you go to individuals, you see that it brought the list down. So let's do this. You see that it brought the list down from 31,000 to 14,000. And years of ownership, just to make sure that you're not marketing to someone that just bought a vacant lot, just land in general. We're going to make sure that we do at least 5 years minimum. And after that, you see the lien, bankruptcy, and divorce status. We're not going to do anything with that either. The estimated equity info, and inside of this tab, we're not really going to do anything with this either. But I mean, we could go down here and say the estimated equity percentage can be, let's say for everybody that, is not familiar with seller finance or subject to, we're going to say that the estimated equity for the lots are going to be 100%, and that's minimum. So in Mecklenburg County, if you want to pull a vacant land list, there is 7,285 vacant land records that you can pull that is not on the market, that the owner has owned it for 5+ years, and is not an LLC, it's individuals. So that's actual person that owns it and not a business. And the estimated equity is 100%. So that means they own the vacant land free and clear. So now we can close this out, and this will be your list right here. All you got to do is save it now. And with PropStream, they have skip tracing for 12 cents. So I would recommend skip tracing through PropStream, or you can use back skip tracing. And like I said before, I do have codes where you can get a discount on the back skip tracing service. So that'll be an option that you will have as well. But now you actually have a list that you can market to. All right, so now the next thing, now that we actually have that list, now it's time to skip trace that data. So like I said before, you will skip tracing either back skip tracing, which I have a code for, or you will skip trace directly in PropStream, where you can go ahead and get the numbers before you export out of PropStream. Then it'll be time to market to the property. Now, I'm pretty sure that you already marketing to single family homes. Do not make the mistake and use the same text messages that you use for your single family homes. Don't use those same text messages for your land and lot deals. Create a separate message so the homeowner can know that you actually tailored these messages to them, and you're not just blasting out text messages to any and everybody. Because I'm gonna tell you, mostly everybody is blasting out the same exact text saying, hey, I'm looking to buy your home on 123 Main Street. Would you be interested in the offer? Well, guess what? There's no home on that lot. So you don't want to have that issue when it come down to talking with the seller, because they're already gonna have objections because you're messaging them. So let's not make an issue because you want to use the same messages that you would use for a single family home. So the next step is marketing. So whenever you get your phone numbers back, you're going to have landlines, you're going to have mobile numbers, you're going to have emails. So with the mobile numbers, you need to use an omni-channel marketing presence. What an omni-channel marketing presence is using marketing channels such as ringless voicemails, text messages, cold calling. You want to use these type of marketing channels at the same time. For example, let's say for one of the lot owners, you send them a ringless voicemail in the morning, and then at noon you send them a text message, and then at 6 p.m. you make a call to them. That's omni-channel present. That's basically what it is. So what you can do, you can actually use $1 to make calls. My recommended dial is Call Tools, which is linked below. And if you want to send text messages, you can send text through REI Reply. That's something else that I use in my business too, that I actually text blast my sellers from. And I also send my ringless voicemails out of REI Reply as well too. So once you start doing that, what you'll see is you'll start getting responses from sellers saying, hey, I don't want to sell my lot, or yes, I want to sell my lot, what's your offer? Or no, I'm not interested, do not contact me ever again. Those are just the responses that you're going to get. You're going to get a lot of wrong numbers because no skip tracing service is going to be 100% accurate. You're going to have wrong numbers in the batch of numbers that you receive for each record. So once you do get these responses, of course you have to clean up your list so you won't be marketing to the same person twice. Most of the time, the softwares that I mentioned have options to where whenever you mark a number as not interested, or yes, I want to offer, or wrong number, whenever you add those responses to that particular record, they will automatically remove it out the softwares that I mentioned, and you won't have to worry about redialing the same sellers again. Or you can use a system like what I use, such as REI SIF, which I'm not going to really get into that. I want to keep it as cheap as possible for everyone. So basically, that's how you clean it and continue to redial to the same sellers. Now, after you get someone that said they are interested in selling, your next step is to run comps. You're not going to run comps the same way that you run comps on single family homes. When it come down to a vacant lot or land, you're going to be dealing with infield builders that want to build on these lots. So basically, they're going to be looking to buy around 20 to 25% of the after repair value. So you need to run comps on the homes in the area and see what new construction homes are selling for, or what renovated properties are selling for. And once you're able to identify that, if you have a home that's selling for $100,000 in tip-top condition, at 10%, your best offer would be $10,000. And at 15%, your best offer would be $15,000. So you have a max allowable offer at $15,000, and you have a starting offer at 10,000. And what that'll allow you to do is you'll be able to sell it to the infield builder or the cash buyer at $20,000 to $25,000. And that's still going to give them enough room to go in and build a home on the lot and sell it for $100,000 or whatever they're going to sell it for. So that's how you'll know if you actually have a deal. You'll be able to get it under contract at the 10 to 15% mark of the ARV, and you're able to research and see that the area actually supports new builds and has a lot of flippers in the area. Now, I have way more wholesale content, so please feel free to check out my wholesale content here, and I'll see you next time.